Hey, it's Dr. Karen Can. Welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. And this week we are going to be talking about Ascension Recalibration. But before I begin on the topic for this week, I would love if you are new to my channel to go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll know every time I do a new video. And if you like what you hear and see, would love for you to comment below and also give it a thumbs up. So this week, Ascension Recalibration. Well, what kind of recalibration? Interestingly, relationship recalibration. So we often think about relationships between two people, but there are relationships between everything, both physically and metaphysically. So we have physical relationships, we have emotional relationships, energetic relationships, mental relationships, dimensional relationships, spiritual relationships, and of course the usual we know about, right? And apparently, because everything's about relationships, as we go through this expansion process, although one would argue maybe it's an involution process now since we've expanded so much, let's just say the evolutionary process is that there are times when there's a necessity rather to recalibrate these different relationships. For example, when we go through an evolution, it's sort of like putting new programs into a computer, or if your phone has to update, it kind of needs to reboot, right? And kind of reset and have the new programming work well with whatever hardware you have in your device or computer. In this case, we are kind of resetting and rebooting. However, it's not necessarily just the software. In this case, it's kind of like the communication system or connection system between every single component in our lives. So that could be relationship to the universe, that could be a relationship to a negative thought, that could be a relationship to water, I mean, all sorts of relationships. So we can actually do a TOLPAKAN Healing Activation today to help ease some of the symptoms that you may or may not be feeling. For myself, I noticed that I was feeling a little odd, not terribly so, but on a particular day, a particularly busy day, I did not necessarily spend the time that I would normally doing self-healing or self-care as much as I could. In fact, I actually didn't even go outside that day. I know it's snowing and all that kind of stuff, but I love the outdoors, so there's no excuse just because it was snowing or cold. So I literally did not go outside. Yes, and although I did do some exercise on my little desk cycle, I didn't do my usual exercise because I had a very, very busy day. And it wasn't until the end of the day that I went into my muscle testing to just double check, I'm not feeling like myself. I am feeling a little bit odd, like overwhelm is probably too big a word, but just feeling like, oh, I've done too much. Now, if you looked at my schedule, you'd be like, yeah, duh. But normally I'm like the Energizer Bunny, so it doesn't really bother me to have back to back to back, appointments, and I'm running here and there, and I love it. It's like I'm kind of fiery that way, so I don't mind it at all. But yesterday or whatever day that was that I was feeling this way, definitely felt like, okay, I just want to not have so many appointments. And it was late the other night, and I muscle tested that I was partial polarity reversed. Now, interestingly, this has happened more times than not when I've tested over the past 7 days. So is it possible that you were also either polarity reversed or partial polarity reversed? So what does that mean? Well, normally our nervous systems and our energies run in a certain direction, if you will. And if your polarity reversed, that means the energy is running in the opposite direction. And if your partial polarity reversed, is actually part of the energy system running in the opposite and the other not so much. And when this happens, it can be challenging to muscle test or continue muscle testing. Partial polarity is usually not, reversal is not as big a deal normally, but being a sensitive soul, I am able to feel that slight difference in what it means for me. And so I corrected it, was asking, source, what's going on? And it really had to do with what we're currently calling the ascension process. Ascension not being religious, but just like an expansion or evolution of our consciousness process, which is a good thing. However, during these expansions or changes, we can have some lag time until all parts of ourselves, physical and non-physical, can get used to the new energies. I know some of you are sensitive souls are like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It takes me a while to get used to new portals and energies, activations, things like that. In this case, it's all about relationship recalibration. So recalibrating those relationships with each other and everything else in between. So we'll work on that, and you can let me know in the comments whether or not you've noticed a difference or an improvement on how you feel after we do the activation. As far as what percentage of sensitive souls had some sort of reverse polarity or partial reverse polarity over the last 7 days as of this recording, the number was approximately 50% of us. So that's quite a number to have that. So if you were feeling a little off or a little overwhelmed or a little tired, more than usual, it could be related to that. If you don't divine muscle test every single day for some reason or another, which I often end up doing because I'm seeing clients or I'm testing things for myself and my loved ones, then you might not have caught it. You may not have known. Just like the other day when I was super busy, I just didn't bother muscle testing until the end of the day. I think I probably would have been much more efficient in what I was doing if I checked earlier on when I started feeling a little off. Note to self, yes, you will do it even better next time, Karen. So let's go ahead and do this TOLPAKAN Healing Activation. If you'd like to receive, just make the intention to receive. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes. You can rub your hands together really, really fast just to get some energy and chi. That's Chinese for energy moving in the body, and then relax. And then you can close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Go ahead and focus on the inside of your body. Feel any energy or movement in the body. And as you focus your mind on that movement, just feeling it, follow the flow. And this gets you into that 0-point field of stillness. And in that space, healing happens much faster and quicker. So I will do the TOLPAKAN Healing Activation for you, and you can also do it for yourself as well. And as I say it, just go ahead and pay attention to the energy in the body and to see if it shifts. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Here we go. I now command that all relationships with everything and everyone in every dimension, every time, and every space be completely recalibrated and balanced in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace. Now let's do some specific relationships. Let's do our energetic relationship with, say, time. That's a good one, right? So let's do that one separately. So I now command that the energetic relationship with time be completely harmonized and recalibrated to full optimization in the highest and best way, all directions of time, with speed, ease, and grace. Thank you. So go ahead and take a look and feel your body and see what that feels like in your body. And I'd love for you to go ahead and comment in the comments below this video and let me know if you noticed a shift. Now remember, this is all about relationships. Everything is a relationship to everything else. So occasionally we may need to do this recalibration again as we go through the expansion evolutionary process of the planet and for humanity. So I do have some announcements for today. On Mondays, Light Warrior Radio Show, it is the first Monday of the month, so I do have my amazing guest, Dr. Dennis Lobstein, with me, and he is an Asian medicine specialist, and he and I will be talking about LifeWave phototherapy patches, how to use them for specific symptoms, how to support the body in healing itself, different acupuncture points, what they are good for, which types of phototherapy patches would be good for a particular symptom or a bunch of symptoms. And if you would like to, you can actually put in your request to get a customized protocol for you. Now, it is first come, first serve, and the show is usually around 90 minutes to 2 hours. So it would be really lovely if you could put your questions in ahead of time, and we will take them in the order that we get them. So I'll put the link near this video where you can put in your requests for the protocol for you, and then we often will do a blog post as well on patchtrainingteam.com, and we'll write all the notes out for you, so whoever question it is, we'll go ahead and put the answers right on the blog. Okay, some more announcements, cool stuff, new stuff. The UWealth Revolution Spring Telesummit launch, it's a global telesummit, has sprung, so the spring has sprung. So definitely sign up for the spring version of the Telesummit because, you know, this is one of the most, if not the number one, Telesummit for energy healing on the planet. And I'm just very honored to be part of it. Again, UWealth Revolution, go ahead and click the link below this video to sign up for the spring launch. And I will be doing a specific program on sensitive souls and anxiety. So that has been a wish list of several people to have me talk about and create a program specific for that symptom that is so rampant among those of us with, you know, who consider ourselves sensitive souls. So the program is actually going to be called Anxiety SOS. And we're still working on a name for the interview. For now, the working, you know, name is Anxiety Solutions for Sensitive Souls, but we'll see. I like a lot of those S's. Okay, another announcement is the Direct Source Connection Telesummit. It's actually a new telesummit for me to be part of, and I'm actually, you know, pretty busy during telesummit season. I took a look at this invitation and I thought, oh my gosh, connecting with source, tell someone I'm connecting with source, I have to be part of it, right? So I did sign up for that, and we had a beautiful interview that has been recorded, and we will let you know when that is airing. In the meantime, here is the link below that you can opt into the Telesummit, so you will have alerts of all the other people who are also presenting, and we'll let you know when that formally launches. But definitely sign up for that as well. And then last but not least, we have our monthly mini healing, which is, I believe, the first Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. Eastern. And there is a space where you can put in a survey, you know, your name and what kind of you know, intention, a healing intention that you need. And then the cool thing is you will be placed into a healing basket for 24 hours. And if you happen to be live on the mini healing, there's a chance that you will be chosen for me to do a TOLPAKAN healing demonstration on in addition to the group healing that we do. So that's super fun. So I hope you can show up on that mini healing. Would love to do some healing work with you. So that's the Spiritual Medicine Digest for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember to, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. Thank you so much for following me, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.